Hi everyone, it's Catherine. I am sick currently, so it goes to show that it's probably inevitable that you'll get sick at some time in college, but there are so many aspects to health, and I'm really proud that you've clicked on this video actually, because in college, even though we're crammed in a dorm with tons of other sleep deprived and busy people, we're not always thinking of ways that we can stay healthy, and your health is really important to me, and it should be really important to you. So hopefully these will be some really accessible things you can do when you're healthy so you don't get sick, and when you're sick like me so you can get healthy again. I also wanted to say that I've had really bad experiences at my campus health center, so I'm always looking for alternatives, so I'll talk more about that in the video, but I have something really awesome to share with you all. Number one, treat your mind well. Keep your mind healthy. And the number one thing that college students overlook is sleep. Some people think they're superhumans and only need 4 hours of sleep a night. And I'm here to tell you that scientifically, none of us is immune to sleep deprivation. We all suffer when we're not getting enough sleep. The number one way to have a good day in college is to be rested, and my tip for this is so simple. It's just to set a bedtime. In high school, I always had a bedtime. I always knew like I'll be asleep by 10:30. I was very ambitious about that. And in college, because your schedule kind of changes every single day, I never set a bedtime, and I would just go to sleep whenever I thought I was done doing work, which is so problematic. You should have a bedtime. And I know this is kind of silly to explain how to do this, but you should be thinking about when you're waking up. So if you wake up at 7 a.m. and you want to get 8 hours of sleep, that means you need to be asleep at 11 p.m. And if it takes you half an hour to get ready for bed, it means you need to start getting ready for bed at 10:30 every single night. And just having that in your brain, if you can even write that in your calendar, like put it in at 10:30, you're getting ready for bed, that'll set you on the right track. I'm sure there'll be some nights where you can't do that, but even so, it's so important to even have that goal in mind so that you're able to stay rested. Number two, this is recommended to me by Tim Ferriss, who has an awesome podcast, talks about health all the time. I was listening to him the other day and he was talking about how to get rid of your monkey mind. So if you tend to have a lot of anxious thoughts running around, a lot of things you're worried about, constantly tripping up over in your mind, practice journaling every single day. The most successful people in the world meditate. And so one form of meditation you can do is just to scribble out all of your thoughts, everything that's on your mind when you get up in the morning or before you go to bed at night. Just write for 5 to 10 minutes. Don't censor yourself, just write everything out. And that way, everything that you consumed by during the day is down on the paper and you can push that aside, and you can even kind of track what's consistent over time. I will say that mental health isn't always acknowledged on college campuses. I know, especially for me, I was going through grief and I was trying to get counseling, and it was impossible for me to make an appointment with the health center like very early. I love USC, but one of the main things I'm critical about, one of the few things I'm critical about really, is the health center. And this is the same on all college campuses. I've had friends tell me that they really can't get appointments in time. I'm here to tell you about something I wish I knew about a year ago and 2 years ago instead of going to the health center. It's called Maven Clinic, and it was started by people who knew that college students are so busy and don't have time to sit in waiting rooms. They want to get that resource and they want it to be really confidential and private. I've been using Maven for a few months now, and it is a godsend. I am genuinely so passionate about this app. It is so easy to use, so download it right now, Maven Clinic. And what that'll allow you to do is book appointments with a professional, someone that's accredited and can virtually call with you and get your counseling appointments done, or just talk to you about anything you're worried about. You don't even have to think that you have an issue. You can just really discuss with them what you think is going on, and they'll be able to give you a diagnosis. They'll be able to prescribe you medication you can pick up, and that way you can bypass all of the stress of going to the health center, which for me, I never want to go there in the first place. And it's important to be really comfortable about talking about your health. With Maven, you can have the same person you talk to every single week, so you're not being tossed around between healthcare professional to healthcare professional. And the counseling is great. I've done it and I love it, and I really recommend it to you. If you want to try out a subscription to Maven, first just download the app, see how it works, see the kinds of appointments you can book even beyond mental health. And then if you use the code Katherout, that'll get you $25 off your first month of subscriptions. You can use that to book appointments, send messages to your healthcare practitioner, get any advice whatsoever that you're confused about as someone that's on their own for the first time in college. My next quick tip is to help you all when you're studying. It's really easy to get into a bad mental place when you're studying, especially when you're staring at a computer screen for hours and hours at a time. So this is called the 20-20-20 rule. Really easy to remember. It has really improved my headaches and my eye strain after I've been studying for a while. So basically, every 20 minutes, you should look at an object or an item 20 feet away for 20 seconds. So 3 times an hour, look 20 feet away for 20 seconds and focus on that object. That way your brain and your vision is still being kind of aligned every 20 minutes and you're not just getting zoned into your computer, and that'll hopefully help some of the eye strain that I certainly feel all the time, and I never knew how to remedy that at all. Number 4, this is something I practice and I really recommend it to you. First part of this tip is get a really cool water bottle that you love. Get one that you like to fill up. This one keeps your water cold, so if you like filtered water, if you like cold water, find a water bottle that can do it well and one that's reusable. Fill it up before every single class or when you're studying. I know we're all very attached to social media and notifications, so every single time you feel like you want to look at your phone and check your notifications, just take a sip of water. That'll replace that impulse and that sensation with something else. And drinking water, like getting sleep, keeps your body refreshed. Especially for me when I'm sick, it really keeps your body flushing out anything bad in your system and making sure you're staying aligned. Really, this tip is all about drinking water, but since we sometimes forget about it during the day, anytime you want to look at your phone when you should be paying attention in class or with friends or doing homework, just take a sip of water and that'll just contribute to your health so much more than being attached to your phone. Water really helps your mind, but it also helps your body a lot, and I do want to touch on body health. The main college stigma would be the freshman 15, and for me a really easy way to cut that out is if you're prone to snacking when you shouldn't be, and I certainly think snacks can be healthy if you have like carrots and hummus or if you have pretzels or whatnot, but if you tend to snack a lot on like Cheez-Its and candy and stuff, every single time you want some sort of sweet or a salty treat, just grab a stick of flavored gum or mint gum, that's what I usually do, and chew on that. It'll give you the same sensation of chewing and having a flavor, but you won't be adding any more calories to your system. So for me, that's a really easy way to cut down on snacking and adding those extra calories that you really don't need in your day. If you're like me and you know you want to be healthy in college, but you have no idea how to exercise or create any sort of meal plan or anything like that, Maven Clinic also has awesome nutritionists and diet practitioners and exercise and wellness just experts. So if you know you want to get onto some of that, but you feel like you're really inexperienced, which I have literally no experience, they are so comforting and they will let you know everything you can do. That's another type of appointment you can get when you book a subscription with them. Number 6, whether or not you're into or not into the whole vegan movement, moving away from animal products, I really do recommend you try Meatless Monday. I'm not vegan, but I've been trying out vegetarianism, and Meatless Monday is a really good way to see if you can even implement some of that into your lifestyle. In general, it's not great to eat meat every single day of the week or for multiple meals a day, and it's good to vary up your protein. So instead of eating meat, you could be eating a lot of beans and rice and nuts. Avocado has protein, so all of that, you could try that out on your Mondays. The first appointment I had the pleasure of booking was with Lindley, who is an awesome nutritionist on Maven. I really recommend her. We spoke for a quick 20 minutes. I booked it an hour before the appointment, which literally never happens at my campus center. I have to wait 2 days if I'm sick, and if I just want to talk about nutrition, there's no way they would even book me for weeks. So I jumped on a call with her in an hour, and she told me all about how to balance my meals, how to improve my diet. So whether you're vegetarian or not, this is just a great way to make sure that you're keeping up with nutrition, because in college they just send you in the dining hall and you can choose whatever you'd like. So if you want some guidance, which I know I did, Maven Clinic is a spot for you. Katherout gets you $25 off your first month, or if you just want to book one appointment on the app, it'll give you a discount on that too. My next tip also has to do with studying and sitting for a long time. You sit in class for tons of hours a day, and then maybe sit at work or sit when you're studying, and your back gets sore. My back will get sore from sitting in some of those school chairs after a full day. So I recommend investing in a balance disc. They're really easy. They're kind of like bounce balls, but in a much shallower, flatter version. You just place it on top of whatever seat you're on, and it'll force you to engage your core, so it'll even engage your muscles and get you stronger in your core if you're looking for getting more fit, and it'll also alleviate some of the pressure from your back. I take the balance disc with me in my backpack, and it's such an improvement to my day-to-day health. I feel so much stronger and so much more relaxed when I'm sitting for hours and hours a day. My last tip number 8, is for those of you that may be struggling with dry skin, or maybe you've gotten a sunburn, or maybe you have acne. I actually fell off my bike my sophomore year and got some pretty bad scarring from that, and so a lot of people recommended vitamin E pills to me. They come in this like jelly squishy form, and if you just cut that capsule open just to get the inside, if you cut the capsule open, it's basically just kind of like a lotion inside. If you rub that on your scar or on your dry skin or your acne prone areas, it'll really directly affect the health of your skin. That's entirely what vitamin E is for. So if you don't want to pay for like really expensive moisturizer or lotion or scar repair therapy or anything like that, you can just go straight to the source and buy vitamin E capsules, as long as they're the kind you can actually physically squeeze out and not the kind you just ingest and swallow. It's hard to feel confident in college if you're getting sick all the time, if you don't feel mentally healthy, if you feel like your body isn't under control. And so that's why I'm really pushing for you to download Maven. I am working with him on this video, but regardless, I wish I'd watched another video that someone told me about Maven 2 years ago, because I sincerely would have preferred using that app every single time instead of going to the health center. It causes me a lot more stress to go to the health center than it does to open that app. It's so user-friendly. Whether or not you're going to use my code or not, just download the app, check it out, click around, look at some of the nutritionists, and it's really accessible, really, really easy, convenient. A subscription there will allow you to access unlimited appointments of any type, so whether you want to focus on your mental health or your nutrition or your exercise, if you want to go on some sort of birth control, or if you're having issues with your women's health, like your reproductive system and anything like that. Sometimes it's weird in college being away and not having someone to take care of your women's health, have someone responsible for that. So Maven's a really good way if you're wondering, maybe you should go on birth control, if you're wondering about STDs on your campus, if you're wondering about how to get treated for women's health, or you just have general questions and issues there. You can just book appointments with a women's practitioner, and they are so comforting. They will listen to whatever you have to say. They don't make you feel judged. They don't make me feel pressured, but they can still diagnose you. They can still send you the treatment prescription, so you can go pick that up. And in general, if you're worried about those kind of issues, Maven is like your spot for that. I think it's exactly what you need, whether you're in college, before college, out of college. It just makes sense in a way that other healthcare college campuses don't, and it's gonna be cheaper than your co-pays would be anyway at those other services. So I'll have it linked down below, as well as all their social media, so you can check out other people's experiences with the products and see what kind of services they give. Thank you overall for caring about your health. It's wonderful to see you all here. If you're sick right now, I hope you get better as fast as I get better. We can get better together. Leave a comment down below with which college campus you're on. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time, and Katherout.